Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Y&R Spoilers Weekly Update October 27th to 31st. Claire's wild side, Jack's stand, Victor's deal. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of October 27, 2025. Fans can expect Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, to see a new side to Claire Grace Newman, Hayley Erin. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, takes a stand to protect Jabot. Plus, Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, makes an unexpected deal. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Claire Grace Newman's wild side. Let's start off with Claire, who will show Holden a new side to her. Holden has already seen the insecure and sweet side. The young man has also seen Claire have a panic attack as well as have a drunken confrontation with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. So, what else for Holden to discover about Claire? Perhaps she will come out with her seductive wild side? Claire Grace Newman's wild side has been the talk of Genoa City ever since whispers about her unpredictable behavior started making their rounds, and it seems the young heiress is proving time and again that there's more to her than meets the eye. From late night, please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Escapades to impulsive decisions that leave even her closest family members stunned, Claire's life has taken on a roller coaster pace that no one saw coming. Long known as the sophisticated, somewhat controlled daughter of Nicholas and Sharon Newman, Claire's recent actions suggest a dramatic shift, a side of her that is daring, reckless, and determined to break free from the shadows of her family's legacy. The city has watched in both shock and fascination as she navigates her newfound boldness, making moves that challenge her own sense of propriety and push the limits of what Genoa City society expects from a Newman. Insider sources say that Claire's recent choices are not merely teenage rebellion, they're indicative of a deep desire to assert independence, test boundaries, and carve her own identity, distinct from the heavy expectations of her storied family. Reports suggest that she has been spotted at high-profile social events late into the night, often in the company of people who are considered edgy or controversial, leaving longtime friends and even a few relatives concerned. These interactions are not just casual hangouts, they appear to be calculated, almost like Claire is consciously exploring the world with eyes wide open, learning where she fits in and who she wants to become. While some see it as a cry for attention, others argue that Claire is merely embracing the freedom that comes with growing older and realizing that her life doesn't have to be dictated by the weight of the Newman name. Those close to her describe moments when Claire suddenly makes choices that are completely unpredictable, from impulsive weekend trips to spontaneous decisions about school, career, or relationships. It's this element of unpredictability that has captured the imagination of fans and fueled speculation about how far she's willing to go. The most shocking revelations involve her interactions with people outside her usual social circle. Claire's association with a mysterious figure from the art and fashion world has raised eyebrows, with many asking whether this is a harmless flirtation with excitement or the beginning of a more serious entanglement. Observers note that she seems drawn to experiences that challenge her perception of the world, testing her own morals, ethics, and self-control. This is a far cry from the obedient, carefully guided life she once led under the watchful eyes of her parents. Social media has been ablaze with sightings and rumors, with fans dissecting every Instagram post, Snapchat story, and TikTok video to uncover the layers of Claire's evolving persona. From her choice of clothing to her latest travel destinations, every move is being analyzed, debated, and sometimes criticized. Yet, there's an undeniable allure to Claire's boldness, a magnetic pull that makes viewers feel they're witnessing the birth of someone willing to defy convention. Even within the walls of her own home, Claire's behavior has sparked tension. Nicholas Newman, ever the protective father, has been forced to confront the reality that his daughter is no longer a child who can be sheltered from the complexities of the world. Sharon, torn between her desire to nurture and her fear for Claire's safety, struggles to strike a balance between guiding her and allowing her to make her own mistakes. This dynamic has led to heated discussions, emotional confrontations, and moments that fans describe as raw and unfiltered glimpses into a family under pressure. At the same time, Claire's boldness has inspired admiration among certain circles in Genoa City. Friends and acquaintances who appreciate risk-taking and adventure see her as a breath of fresh air, a young woman unafraid to push boundaries and redefine what it means to be a Newman. They note her intelligence, creativity, and natural charisma, suggesting that her wild streak may be exactly what she needs to find her own path and voice. Yet, with freedom comes risk, and Claire's choices have not been without consequences. There are whispers of risky romantic entanglements, disagreements with peers, and decisions that have left reputations hanging by a thread. Some insiders hint that certain relationships she has fostered could have long-lasting repercussions, both personally and socially. Despite these challenges, Claire's resilience shines through. Rather than retreating when faced with obstacles, she seems to embrace them, using her experiences to learn and grow. Observers note that her wild side is not mindless or reckless. There's a method to her audacity, a calculated curiosity that drives her forward. Even as rumors swirl about late-night parties, clandestine meetings, and unexpected travels, Claire maintains an "please subscribe and like the video before continuing" aura of mystery, never fully revealing her intentions or motivations. This enigmatic quality has only heightened public interest, making her one of the most compelling young figures in Genoa City's social landscape. The media has not been shy about covering her escapades, often framing her actions in sensational terms that blur the line between genuine concern and entertainment. Headlines have ranged from critical to celebratory, yet all seem to agree on one point: Claire Grace Newman is no longer the quiet, sheltered girl she once appeared to be. Fans, both loyal and casual, speculate endlessly about what drives her, from personal ambition to a desire for rebellion, or perhaps a combination of factors that only she fully understands. Her journey is becoming emblematic of a new generation of Newman family members, individuals who refuse to be defined solely by their lineage, striving instead to carve identities that are bold, complex, and sometimes controversial. There's also a growing narrative around the impact of her wild side on her relationships. Friendships that once seemed stable are being tested, romances are evolving under public scrutiny, and even family bonds are being redefined as Claire asserts her independence. Some have noted that her risk-taking tendencies may be a mechanism for self-discovery, pushing her toward experiences that ultimately shape her character and worldview. Insider commentary suggests that this phase of exploration, though fraught with uncertainty, could be a precursor to significant personal growth. By challenging norms, confronting fears, and navigating social and emotional minefields, Claire is learning lessons that will resonate far beyond Genoa City. While critics caution that her impulsiveness may lead to mistakes, supporters argue that the intensity of her experiences is forging resilience and strength, equipping her to face future challenges with courage and sophistication. Interestingly, Claire's wild side has not gone unnoticed in professional spheres. Certain business-minded individuals have observed her curiosity and assertiveness, noting that her ability to take risks could translate into leadership potential in the future. They point out that while her current actions may seem reckless, the underlying traits of boldness, creativity, and audacity are qualities that could serve her well in high-stakes environments, be it corporate ventures, philanthropy, or advocacy work. Even her creative pursuits are influenced by her daring nature. Claire's engagement with fashion, art, and digital media reflects a willingness to experiment and innovate, often blending aesthetics with personal expression in ways that turn heads. Her fearless approach to self-presentation is a direct reflection of the wild streak she embraces in other areas of her life, signaling a holistic commitment to authenticity and originality. Perhaps what makes Claire Grace Newman's wild side so fascinating is the duality she embodies. She is simultaneously fearless and vulnerable, impulsive and thoughtful, rebellious and introspective. This complexity challenges stereotypes and invites audiences to view her not just as a troubled youth, but as a young woman navigating the intricate dance between freedom, responsibility, and identity. For Genoa City watchers, every public appearance, every cryptic social media post, and every whisper of rumor becomes a point of intrigue, a window into the evolution of a character who refuses to be easily categorized. The anticipation surrounding her next move is palpable, as fans speculate whether she will continue to push boundaries, take calculated risks, or perhaps surprise everyone with a completely unexpected decision that reshapes public perception. In conclusion, Claire Grace Newman's wild side represents a fascinating, sometimes controversial, but undeniably compelling chapter in the ongoing saga of the Newman family. Her journey challenges expectations, inspires curiosity, and reminds everyone that personal growth often requires stepping into the unknown. Whether she is admired, critiqued, or simply watched with bated breath, one thing is certain: Claire's evolution is far from over, and Genoa City, and the world, will be watching closely as this young heiress continues to explore, experiment, and redefine what it means to be truly free. The boldness she displays, coupled with her intelligence and charm, ensures that her story remains central to conversations about the city's most dynamic and unpredictable figures. Claire Grace Newman's wild side is not just a fleeting phase, it is a testament to the complexity, depth, and fearless spirit of a young woman determined to leave her mark on the world. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Victor Newman's deal. Back in Genoa City, Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, meets with Victor. It seems that the redhead will offer Victor a deal he can't refuse. What is this? All the major players in GC are trying to protect their companies from Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. Now, Phyllis is acting devious and slick to make her own way. It seems that Victor ends up making the deal with Phyllis. Will he actually follow through on his part, though? I have a feeling that Phyllis might get screwed in the end. Victor Newman's deal has shaken Genoa City to its core, leaving friends, foes, and family alike scrambling to understand exactly what the media mogul has orchestrated this time. Known for his ruthless business acumen and his uncanny ability to control situations to his advantage, Victor has once again proven that he is not a man to be underestimated. Behind the closed doors of Newman Enterprises, whispers of a deal that could redefine the corporate and personal landscape of Genoa City have been circulating, and insiders suggest that this maneuver is unlike anything Victor has attempted before. Sources close to the Newman family claim that the deal involves strategic partnerships, secret alliances, and a series of moves designed to consolidate power and influence, leaving competitors off balance and scrambling to respond. At the heart of the speculation is Victor's uncanny ability to anticipate his rivals' actions before they happen. Industry observers note that this deal may have far-reaching consequences, affecting not only the business world but also personal relationships that have long been intertwined with Victor's empire. From boardroom negotiations to whispered late-night conversations, every detail of the deal seems meticulously calculated to maintain Victor's dominance while keeping his adversaries guessing. Family members, always intertwined in the Newman legacy, are said to be both anxious and intrigued. Nicholas Newman, ever the cautious son, has reportedly been monitoring the situation closely, balancing the desire to support his father with the need to protect his own interests. Meanwhile, Victoria Newman is rumored to be navigating her own complex web of obligations, torn between loyalty to her father and the desire to assert her independence within the family business. For Victor, however, the deal is more than just a corporate maneuver, it is a statement. It is a demonstration of power, a reminder that he is still the one calling the shots in Genoa City, and a calculated move to ensure that no one forgets his influence. Rumors have suggested that this deal may involve a high-stakes acquisition, a merger that could shake the foundations of multiple industries, and even a clandestine understanding with former adversaries turned allies. Each step of the negotiation appears to be shrouded in secrecy, with Victor carefully controlling the flow of information to maintain leverage. Observers have noted that Victor's approach combines both charm and intimidation, a dual strategy that has served him well over decades of navigating complex business and personal landscapes. Even his competitors acknowledge that trying to predict Victor Newman's next move is like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing. What makes this deal particularly compelling is the human element intertwined with the business maneuvering. Those close to Victor describe moments of intense calculation followed by surprising flashes of empathy or insight that reveal the depth of his strategic mind. It is this combination of intellect, experience, and instinct that allows Victor to operate on multiple levels simultaneously, managing corporate negotiations while subtly influencing the personal dynamics around him. The potential ramifications of Victor's deal extend beyond the walls of Newman Enterprises. Genoa City's social elite are abuzz with speculation about alliances that may shift, loyalties that may be tested, and the subtle power plays that Victor is known to orchestrate behind the scenes. Even characters who typically operate outside the business sphere, from family members to close friends and rivals, are likely to feel the ripple effects as the consequences of the deal unfold. Industry insiders suggest that this maneuver may redefine how power is perceived in Genoa City. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Victor, it is not just about immediate gains, it is about legacy, control, and the subtle art of maintaining influence in a world where alliances can shift in an instant. Analysts have pointed out that while some may see the deal as a calculated risk, for Victor Newman, risk is often an essential tool, used to outmaneuver competitors and assert authority. Beyond the corporate strategy, Victor's deal has sparked intense curiosity about its impact on personal relationships. Rumors indicate that certain individuals close to him may be forced to make difficult choices, with family members caught in the crossfire of loyalty and ambition. Observers note that the delicate balance between business and family has always been a defining element of Victor's life, and this latest maneuver may be a test of both his strategic genius and the resilience of those who stand by him. Social media and local news outlets have been quick to seize on every hint, every whispered rumor, and every public appearance related to the deal. Headlines have ranged from cautious analysis to sensational speculation, and fans of The Young and the Restless are eagerly dissecting each detail to predict the next twist. Public interest is fueled not only by the stakes of the deal itself but also by Victor Newman's larger-than-life persona, which has long captivated audiences. The timing of the deal is also a point of intrigue. Observers have suggested that Victor may have deliberately chosen this moment to assert dominance, taking advantage of vulnerabilities among competitors and aligning strategic opportunities to maximize impact. His foresight and ability to read situations with uncanny precision continue to astonish both allies and rivals, reinforcing his reputation as one of Genoa City's most formidable forces. Speculation has further intensified due to reports of secret meetings, undisclosed locations, and discreet consultations with key players in both business and personal spheres. Every move Victor makes appears to be a calculated signal, designed to convey strength, command attention, and manipulate outcomes to his advantage. Sources close to the Newman family hint that even longtime associates are finding themselves surprised by the scale and ambition of this particular deal, a testament to Victor's enduring ingenuity and capacity for strategic innovation. Moreover, the deal is not simply about power, it is about control, influence, and the subtle shaping of Genoa City's social and economic landscape. Those who underestimate Victor Newman do so at their peril, as history has shown that his foresight, experience, and ruthlessness are rarely matched. Analysts predict that once the deal is fully revealed, it may redefine the parameters of competition in the city, challenging rivals to adapt or risk obsolescence. Personal stakes are also deeply entwined with the business maneuvering. Victor's relationships with key family members, including his children and trusted allies, are likely to be tested as decisions are made, loyalties are evaluated, and hidden motives come to light. The intertwining of business and family dynamics has always been a hallmark of Victor Newman's life, and this deal is poised to be a prime example of that complex interplay. Observers have speculated that certain adversaries may find themselves at a disadvantage due to Victor's careful orchestration of timing, information, and influence. Competitors who once considered themselves untouchable may now find their strategies disrupted, their resources stretched, and their influence undermined by Victor's well-planned maneuvers. In addition to business implications, Victor's deal has generated intrigue over potential personal consequences. Could allies be drawn closer or pushed away? Will romantic entanglements or familial obligations influence the outcome? Every nuance of Victor's life seems to intersect with the high-stakes world of corporate strategy, making the unfolding story as much about human drama as financial maneuvering. Despite the tension, there is no doubt that Victor Newman remains in full control. His ability to maintain composure under pressure, to negotiate with precision, and to balance competing interests demonstrates a mastery of strategy that few can match. Fans and critics alike are captivated by the unfolding narrative, watching closely as each element of the deal comes to light, and wondering what surprises Victor has yet to unveil. The media frenzy surrounding the deal is intense, with reporters and analysts dissecting every hint and analyzing potential outcomes. Genoa City's social circles are buzzing, speculating about alliances, betrayals, and the possible domino effect of Victor's latest move. Insider sources, please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Suggest that Victor's decision-making process involves multiple layers of contingency planning, ensuring that even if one part of the deal encounters resistance, alternative strategies are already in place to maintain momentum and achieve objectives. Some speculate that Victor may also be leveraging the deal to test the loyalty of family members and associates, observing reactions and responses to gauge commitment and trust. In true Victor Newman fashion, nothing is left to chance. The deal represents a culmination of experience, foresight, and calculated risk-taking, all executed with the subtlety and authority that have become hallmarks of Victor's approach to business and life. Its impact is likely to resonate long after the immediate announcements are made, reshaping the landscape of Genoa City and reaffirming Victor Newman's position as a dominant and unyielding force. In conclusion, Victor Newman's deal is more than just a business maneuver. It is a masterclass in strategy, influence, and control. It reflects the complexity of a man who operates simultaneously in corporate, social, and personal spheres, ensuring that every move strengthens his position while challenging those who might oppose him. As Genoa City braces for the full revelation of this deal, one thing is certain: Victor Newman continues to define the rules of power, setting the stage for drama, intrigue, and the relentless pursuit of legacy. Every twist, every negotiation, and every subtle signal is a reminder that Victor Newman's influence is absolute, his ambition unmatched, and his ability to orchestrate outcomes with precision remains a defining characteristic of the Newman Empire. Tessa Porter's ground rules. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 27 reveal that Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, and Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Graziadei, make some ground rules for their new dynamic. However, what happens when Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, gets better? Tessa Porter's ground rules have become the talk of Genoa City, sparking intense speculation, whispered conversations, and social media debates that show just how closely fans are watching the talented singer-songwriter navigate her complex life. Known for her musical brilliance, Tessa has always been admired for her ability to combine raw emotion with technical skill, creating songs that resonate deeply with listeners. But lately, it seems Tessa has been setting new boundaries for herself, boundaries that not only define her personal and professional life but also signal a more assertive, empowered phase in her journey. Insiders reveal that Tessa's ground rules are multifaceted, encompassing relationships, creative collaborations, and even the business side of the music industry. She is reportedly taking a firmer stance on what she will and will not tolerate, refusing to compromise her values or creative integrity for anyone, regardless of influence or persuasion. Close friends note that this shift is both deliberate and liberating. After enduring periods of uncertainty, heartbreak, and career challenges, Tessa appears to be reclaiming control over her life, making choices that reflect her own priorities rather than the expectations of others. Fans have been quick to pick up on subtle changes in her public persona, noting a confidence and decisiveness that seem to contrast sharply with earlier chapters of her life. In romantic relationships, Tessa's ground rules have reportedly become especially clear. While she is open to love and connection, she is unwilling to settle for anything less than mutual respect, honesty, and emotional transparency. Sources suggest that Tessa has confronted past patterns in her relationships, recognizing the importance of establishing boundaries that protect her heart while allowing for authentic connection. These decisions have not gone unnoticed, with Genoa City insiders and fans alike speculating about the identity of her current romantic interests and whether they align with the principles she is now upholding. Professionally, Tessa is also asserting herself in unprecedented ways. Known for her artistic independence, she has reportedly been taking a more hands-on role in songwriting, production, and the direction of her career. Colleagues describe her as focused, strategic, and unapologetically committed to her vision, unwilling to compromise her sound or message for the sake of commercial gain. Industry insiders suggest that this newfound assertiveness is already influencing the projects she chooses, the collaborators she partners with, and the opportunities she pursues. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Signaling a turning point in her career trajectory. Beyond personal relationships and professional direction, Tessa's ground rules extend into her social interactions and public image. Observers have noted that she is carefully curating her public presence, using social media with intention and discretion rather than as a platform for oversharing or drama. By controlling her narrative, Tessa is sending a message that she values privacy, authenticity, and meaningful engagement, rather than superficial attention or fleeting trends. Family and close friends have reportedly noticed the transformation as well. Tessa's renewed sense of self is reflected in her confidence, her decisiveness, and her willingness to address challenges head-on. While some have expressed concern that her assertiveness may create friction with those accustomed to her previous approach, others celebrate the fact that she is taking control of her life in ways that reflect growth, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. Industry analysts have also observed that Tessa's ground rules may influence her long-term career sustainability. By setting clear boundaries around creative control, public engagement, and personal relationships, she is positioning herself for longevity in a competitive and often unpredictable field. This strategic approach underscores a level of maturity and foresight that belies her years, suggesting that she is not only protecting her current position but also investing in her future success. Rumors circulating among fans and insiders hint at exciting new projects that may emerge as a direct result of Tessa's assertiveness. From intimate collaborations with other artists to potential ventures that blend music with social impact, the possibilities appear wide-ranging and promising. Her ground rules may serve as the guiding principles that shape these endeavors, ensuring that every move aligns with her values, vision, and personal standards. At the same time, the boundaries she is establishing are generating intrigue and conversation throughout Genoa City. Friends, former collaborators, and even casual observers are curious about how Tessa navigates challenges, responds to pressure, and negotiates her ambitions in an environment known for its volatility. This curiosity has only heightened public interest, turning Tessa Porter's decisions into a focal point for fans, media outlets, and social commentators. Social media reactions highlight the admiration and support for Tessa's stance. Fans praise her courage, her self-respect, and her willingness to articulate boundaries that others may shy away from discussing openly. Commentators note that Tessa's approach is emblematic of a broader cultural shift, where personal empowerment, emotional intelligence, and authenticity are increasingly valued in both public and private spheres. While admiration is widespread, some skepticism has emerged as well. Observers question whether adhering strictly to ground rules could limit opportunities, alienate potential collaborators, or create tension in situations that require flexibility. Yet those closest to Tessa insist that her approach is both practical and thoughtful, a reflection of a woman who knows her worth and refuses to compromise her principles for temporary gain. Even in situations of conflict, Tessa's ground rules appear to guide her responses. Sources describe moments where she has calmly and assertively addressed challenges, negotiated solutions, and maintained her composure without sacrificing her integrity. These interactions reinforce the idea that Tessa is not simply reacting to circumstances, she is proactively shaping the outcomes she desires, ensuring that her values remain intact while navigating complex interpersonal dynamics. One particularly compelling aspect of Tessa's ground rules is the emphasis on mental and emotional well-being. Insiders report that she prioritizes self-care, reflection, and mindfulness, recognizing that maintaining balance and clarity is essential to achieving both personal fulfillment and professional success. By establishing this principle as part of her framework, Tessa is setting a precedent that resonates with fans and peers alike, highlighting the importance of holistic growth. And please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Self-awareness. Observers also note that Tessa's evolution reflects lessons learned from past experiences. Mistakes, heartbreak, and professional setbacks appear to have informed her approach, giving her the wisdom to recognize patterns, avoid pitfalls, and assert herself in ways that are both strategic and authentic. In this sense, her ground rules are not arbitrary restrictions but intentional choices grounded in lived experience, self-respect, and a clear understanding of her long-term goals. The ripple effect of Tessa's assertiveness extends to her creative output as well. Industry insiders suggest that her music is increasingly reflective of her personal boundaries, emotional clarity, and dedication to authenticity. Songs are reportedly infused with honesty, vulnerability, and empowerment, resonating with audiences who appreciate both the artistry and the integrity behind the work. By aligning her creative expression with her personal principles, Tessa reinforces the connection between her life, values, and artistry, establishing a cohesive narrative that enhances both her credibility and impact. In the public eye, Tessa's ground rules have sparked admiration, debate, and speculation about what they mean for her future. Whether navigating romantic dynamics, professional negotiations, or social interactions, Tessa appears determined to uphold principles that protect her integrity, foster meaningful relationships, and support her growth. Fans eagerly await updates, curious about how she will continue to assert herself while exploring new opportunities and experiences. At the same time, Genoa City insiders recognize that Tessa's approach may influence broader patterns within her social and professional circles. By demonstrating the importance of setting boundaries, asserting values, and maintaining authenticity, she sets an example for others seeking to balance ambition, personal fulfillment, and ethical decision-making in complex environments. In conclusion, Tessa Porter's ground rules represent more than a set of restrictions. They signify a transformative phase in the life of a gifted, thoughtful, and fiercely independent artist. By establishing clear principles for her relationships, career, and personal well-being, Tessa is asserting control over her life in ways that are both empowering and strategically sound. As Genoa City watches, fans and insiders alike are captivated by her ability to navigate challenges with grace, intelligence, and unwavering commitment to her values. Tessa Porter's evolution underscores the importance of self-respect, authenticity, and courage, proving that setting boundaries is not a limitation but a powerful statement of agency, resilience, and vision. Her ground rules are a blueprint for a future defined not by compromise, but by deliberate, principled choices that align with her passions, goals, and sense of self. As her story continues to unfold, one thing is certain: Tessa Porter is not only shaping her destiny but also inspiring others to recognize the transformative power of standing firm, embracing authenticity, and defining one's own path in a world full of expectations and challenges. Week of October 27, 2025. Fans will also see Kane make a confession to Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, face an unexpected challenge. Jack receives a cryptic message. Later, Jack will make a bold move to protect Jabot. Victor offers Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, another chance. By the end of the week, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, arrive in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, grills Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. Plus, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, searches for the truth, but ends up going down a dangerous road. What the heck was Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, involved in, and who was the one who really ran him off the road? What is this? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of October 27, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing.